PTW Revolt is on the horizon, but we've got some huge roadblocks in store for tonight. Welcome everyone to PTW Breakdown, episode 23. We got a lot in store for tonight. Our main event is a big one, with Cody Rhodes and the Heenan family at each other's throats once again, as Cody Rhodes goes one-on-one with the Scottish warrior Drew McIntyre. Plenty of history there between those two, and plenty of history between these two men fighting over the Intercontinental Championship. They finally do it one-on-one. Andrade defends against Keith Lee. Also tonight we have tag team action. Santana and Ortiz take on the Revival. Both teams trying to build momentum for the tag team battle royal. But also tonight, it's the big red monster Kane going up against the high-flying Rob Van Dam. A lot of exciting action in store tonight, but we kick things off with the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. And last episode, Rollins learned his fate for PTW Revolt as Finn Balor became the #1 contender for Rollins' championship. Not only that, Rollins also saw the return of his friend Cody Rhodes back in action, but now we'll hear what Rollins has to say.
Yeah, I've heard it all week. I know you all want to get your jokes off, get your laughs at the expense of your World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. All I've been hearing is how Finn Balor put me on my ass, and how Finn Balor is gonna take this championship from me at PTW Revolt. But I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna happen. You see, I am the architect. I'm always thinking 3 steps ahead. And what Finn Balor did last episode, that is just a little setback compared to what I have in store for him at PTW Revolt. But right now, Finn Balor, the Prince, the fastest rising star, whatever you idiots want to call him, he's not even on my mind. Because I am thinking about a different man. I'm thinking about Cody Rhodes. So Cody, my friend, come out here for a minute. Let's talk.
Well, Seth Rollins calling out Cody Rhodes, and here he is. Rollins and Rhodes, of course, were best friends back before Cody was taken out of action by the Heenan family, but honestly, it didn't sound too friendly. The way Seth Rollins called him out there, his voice dripping with sarcasm. I wonder what this all means.
Alright, Seth, I'm out here and we can talk. But first I want to say, you and I, we may still be friends, but this new attitude of yours, I don't really like it. And these fans don't like it. This is not the Seth Rollins that I knew when I went out with injury. This is not the Seth Rollins who was by my side, in my corner, and had my back. The Seth Rollins I knew would never turn on his partner Finn Balor, costing them a match against the Heenan family. Yeah, the same Heenan family that took me, your so-called best friend, out for months, and you're perfectly fine leaving Finn Balor to get ravaged by them. That's not very friend-like of you, Seth, and I noticed. Alright, I have been watching the product. I've seen the way you've acted, putting your own selfish intentions before everything else, doing whatever dirty trick, cheating however you can to win and hold on to that World Heavyweight Championship. Now, Seth, you know the history. You know I've done some dirty things in my past as well when it comes to championships. But now I know that is not the way. I know this is not the way for you, Seth. I know you're perfectly capable of winning that title on your own merit, without a briefcase, without cheating, without any of it. I know you can be one of the best guys here in PTW. But right now, you're choosing the easy way. Ha 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 ha. Cody, you would bring that up. You've always been a Boy Scout, haven't you? Well, Cody, you say we're still friends, but the reason I called you out here was to say that that friendship is now broken. Because last episode I saw what you did right before my very eyes. You came out here, you shook hands with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, a man who's tried to take my World Heavyweight Championship from me, a man who's tried to topple everything I've built here. And beyond that, you're asking, how's Finn Balor? How's Finn Balor? I'll tell you how Finn Balor is gonna be at PTW Revolt, because I am gonna curb stomp his head into the mat. Alright, Cody, this friendship between you and I, it is over. It is done. Alright, you're saying how I've changed? No, you are the one who has changed. Sucking up to everybody, trying to get everyone to be your friend. What happened to you and me? We were supposed to be the best friends running this place, but no, you gotta go get your deranged brother, you gotta go get Dolph Ziggler, you gotta get Finn Balor, you gotta get Daniel Bryan, you gotta put everyone else before Seth Rollins. So Cody, you and I are done. And if you ever think about coming for this World Heavyweight Championship, well then I will not hesitate to take you right back over to those steel steps and stomp your head in.
Oh my God, Seth Rollins, how can he say something like that to Cody Rhodes, his best friend? These guys used to be friends. But there, Finn Balor coming to the aid, running off Seth Rollins. Well, Rollins making his intentions clear tonight. The friendship with Cody Rhodes is no more. Rollins, it's clear he's only got one focus on his mind, and it is keeping that World Heavyweight Championship. He doesn't care how many bridges he burns. He is insecure. He is lashing out. But now he's got Finn Balor on his tail. But speaking of championships, we got to get to our highly anticipated Intercontinental Championship match here tonight. Andrade puts it on the line against the limitless Keith Lee. And Andrade and Keith Lee, these two have been back and forth over that Intercontinental Championship. And all the controversy between them started at Ignorance No Bliss, when in the Ultimate X match, Keith Lee hit the Spirit Bomb on Andrade, but Andrade just so happened to unhook the championship at the right time and retain the title by the tips of his fingers, quite literally. And Keith Lee, many feel he was robbed of the Intercontinental Championship last night, and Keith Lee, he feels that as well. But tonight it is one-on-one, Keith Lee and Andrade for that Intercontinental title. This match has been a long time coming for both men.
And I gotta say, just from a wrestling standpoint, it's hard not to be excited about it. As Keith Lee now stands in the ring. And he awaits this man, the Intercontinental Champion Andrade. And as much as I dislike the Heenan family and their tactics, you have to admit the talent that Andrade has in that ring. He's got that Intercontinental Championship for a reason. Won it from Rob Van Dam back before WrestleMania. He's defending that title against Van Dam, Apollo Crews, Dolph Ziggler, among others, including, of course, the aforementioned championship defense at Ultimate X at Ignorance No Bliss. But now tonight could arguably be the toughest task because Andrade has to stand face to face with Keith Lee. There's no other opponents, there's no stipulations, it's just one-on-one straight up for the Intercontinental Championship. This matchup is highly anticipated. Andrade putting the title on the line against the limitless Keith Lee here tonight. But now Lee going right after Andrade, but Andrade, he wants nothing to do with him, just retreating to the ropes, and Keith Lee trying to tell him, you're going to fight this match or not. But now Andrade, a slap to the face, and here comes the champion with an array of punches, and now coming off the ropes, Lee though catching him out. Now the leapfrog from Lee, Andrade ducking a clothesline, with chops to the chest, and now here comes the Intercontinental Champion, but Keith Lee hits him right back. The Mongolian chop right to the chest of Andrade. And Keith Lee now, he has got certainly the power and strength advantage. As now Keith Lee swinging for the fences against Andrade. Andrade though caught it with the kick, but now Lee trying to catch him out, but Andrade, he's quick like a cat. And now off the ropes, Andrade. And he's going to show off a little bit with a bit of tranquilo from the Intercontinental Champion. But it's clear right now the game plan from Andrade utilized that speed, that quickness to sort of take Keith Lee off his game. But now Lee just a punch right to the face, and now just throwing him across the ring. Well, that game plan from Andrade, it didn't last long, as Keith Lee, as soon as he's able to grab hold of him, just tossed him there, sent him flying. And now the challenger trying to take control as he hits the splash in the corner. And now here comes Keith Lee again, taking down the Intercontinental Champion. Keith Lee now has got the champ on the back foot here, and Lee is fired up now as Andrade gets clotheslined over the top. And Keith Lee now, of course, he can't win the title by countout, but he can certainly do damage on the outside. As now, look at Keith Lee launching himself over the top. And that's a big man, but he can fly with the best of them. And Keith Lee shows it right there, soaring over that top rope and taking down the Intercontinental Champion. We talked about the speed and quickness of Andrade, but Keith Lee is probably one of the only big men who can keep up with him. As now Lee sending Andrade to the barricade, but now Andrade caught him with the kick, and now sending Lee into the turnbuckle post. Keith Lee earlier broke the count, so they get more time outside, but now Andrade gonna head back into the ring. He can retain his championship by countout tonight, but right now he sees Keith Lee back on his feet, and now here comes Andrade! Beautiful corkscrew dive from the Intercontinental Champion. Andrade flying over the top there. And moves like that are why Andrade has been so successful here in PTW. He's very smart and tactical in that ring, but he can move as well. Very quick, very agile, very tactical. As now Bobby Heenan willing him on as Andrade bringing Keith Lee to the corner. He's got him here now. Andrade up on the second rope, but now Keith Lee, look at the strength. He's hoisting him up now on his shoulders, but Andrade counters. Reverse DDT from the champion.
1, 2.
Keith Lee kicks out, but a big counter from Andrade, avoiding the power slam from Keith Lee. And these two, they know each other well in that ring, even though tonight's their first time going one-on-one. But right now, Andrade picking up Keith Lee. What could he be thinking here? He's got him now coming off the ropes, but now Keith Lee, the clothesline, and now he comes back with a huge crossbody. The cover.
1, 2.
Andrade kicks out. But Keith Lee flattens Andrade like a pancake there with the crossbody, and now the challenger trying to will his way back into this matchup to capture the Intercontinental Championship. He's got Andrade now, could be looking for the Spirit Bomb. He's got him on the shoulders here. Andrade, though, gets out of it. And he hits that back elbow. Caught Keith Lee there. And Lee now down in the corner. Andrade now with the double knees. Andrade running full speed there. Knees right to the face of Keith Lee. And now the Intercontinental Champion, he's bringing Lee back to the center of the ring, and Andrade now could be looking for another high-risk maneuver, going up top, the moonsault, and Andrade hits it a second time. Keith Lee avoids the first, but Andrade quick on his feet. But it's not enough. Keith Lee gets the shoulder up. But Andrade, I'm amazed every time he does that. Even when he doesn't hit that first moonsault, still able to get momentum on that rotation to try a second one. But now Andrade waiting for Keith Lee, and this could be the moment for Andrade. He's got him now, the arm hook, looking for the hammerlock DDT, but now Keith Lee has got him. Big Bang Catastrophe! Big Bang Catastrophe, and Keith Lee to capture the championship! But Bobby Heenan putting Andrade's foot on the ropes. And the ref did not see it. But I think Keith Lee did. And Keith Lee now realizing what happened. Realizing that once again, the Heenan family getting involved. But now here's Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is out here. And he just slapped Bobby Heenan. Cody Rhodes slapping Heenan in the face. But now here's the Heenan family, and Cody's running off. Cody's out of here. He sent his message, but now all the Heenan family, and they're taken out. Keith Lee just threw Andrade right into the Heenan family. Using Andrade as a human wrecking ball, Keith Lee just tossing him right onto all his Heenan family brothers on the outside. But now back in the ring, Keith Lee has got him now, all alone, nowhere to run, up on the shoulders, Spirit Bomb! Spirit Bomb from Lee, and the cover, a new champion, no! Andrade kicked out. I thought for sure we were gonna have a new champion there. The Heenan family were taken out on the outside. Keith Lee had Andrade beat in the center of the ring. But Andrade gets the shoulder up. And now Keith Lee is wondering, what do I have to do to win this championship? Now Keith Lee holding Andrade up, and Andrade defiant with a slap to the face. But now Lee, the Big Bang Catastrophe, he's got him up. Andrade though counters. Lee though into the corner, but Andrade rolls him up.
2.
Keith Lee kicks out, but now Andrade's got him for the hammerlock. No, Keith Lee, Spirit Bomb! Spirit Bomb!
2, 3.
And we have a new Intercontinental Champion! Keith Lee has done it! He has beaten Andrade! He has beaten the Heenan family! And the Limitless One is your new Intercontinental Champion! What a win and what a moment for Keith Lee! Andrade and the Heenan family cannot believe it. I mean, Andrade did put up one hell of a fight, but that's not what he's going to be thinking about. He's got to be upset. But Keith Lee, I'm happy for him. This one of the biggest moments in his career, and he is our new Intercontinental Champion. But now we go backstage as Headless Man stands by for an interview. I'm now joined by three women, Chyna, Ember Moon, and the PTW Women's Champion, Asuka. Now next episode on Breakdown, the three of you will be teaming up in a 6-woman tag against Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Britt Baker. Now this matchup, it's a huge one going into PTW Revolt, so do the three of you have any thoughts on it? Thank you all for your time. That match next episode is gonna be a good one. We'll get back to you at ringside. Cody Rhodes, you son of a bitch! You cost Andrade his Intercontinental Championship. And trust me, we're gonna do everything in our power to get that championship back. But Cody, you just made the worst mistake of your life. Because now, you thought it was bad before, but now the Heenan family is going to be on your every move. You better look over your shoulder. You better sleep with a nightlight on. Because the Heenan family will be hunting you down. Cody Rhodes! The Heenan family declares war on you. Tonight, Drew McIntyre has my full permission to do whatever it takes to beat you. We'll take you out of action for months again. We'll take you out for years again. We will end your life if it comes to that, Cody. Just know you brought it all on yourself. Hey, it's a new Intercontinental Champ, everybody!
Hey, Keith Lee!
Yeah, congrats, Keith! Hey, Keith, over here. Congrats on the win, man. I know that title and that win meant a lot to you. I know you've already worked hard enough tonight, but I just want to know you'll have my back in the main event tonight, and I'll have your back going forward. Of course, Cody, I got you. Well, Keith Lee getting his much-deserved flowers from the locker room there. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, it's tag team action. Santana and Ortiz go up against the Revival. And this tag team division has been getting crazier and crazier. It feels like I'm always saying that here on commentary, but that's because it's true. We got all these tag teams all want the same thing, those tag team championships. But now they're all going to get a shot at PTW Revolt because of the Tag Team Battle Royal. Of course, we have new Tag Team Champions as Sheamus and Rusev defeated the New Day to win those titles over on Brutality. But here on Breakdown, we got a lot of teams still gunning for those Tag Team Champions, whether it's new champs or not. But here now are a team that is very familiar with being tag team champions. Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, the Revival, the only two-time tag team champions in PTW history.
And of course, if they were to win the Tag Team Battle Royal at PTW Revolt, they could look to make it 3-time Tag Team Champions. They've had their shots at the title in the past, but now that there are new champs in Sheamus and Rusev, it feels like the pecking order is reset a bit. Every team feels like it's their time to challenge for the titles. But right now, these two teams gonna battle for momentum here tonight. Ortiz and Dash Wilder could be looking to start this one off in this bit of tag team action. Ortiz and Wilder now, they lock up center of the ring. And Wilder now immediately working the wrist now. But Ortiz gets him with a kick in the gut and now sending him into the corner. And Santana and Ortiz, proud and powerful. These two, they do work well together as Santana now with the chops to the chest. And now going after Wilder with a headlock. Wilder though throws him off and connects with a forearm there. But now sending him into the corner. And now another forearm from Dash Wilder. And now Wilder doing the same again to the other side. Dash Wilder now. Snapmare takedown in the dropkick. But both these teams have been teaming together for a long time. Plenty of history between them. As now the tag made into Scott Dawson. But both these teams know what a win in the Tag Team Battle Royal would mean. As now Dawson, the clubbing blow right to the back, and another tag made. As now here comes Wilder back in. And the Revival working in tandem like we've seen them do many times before. As Wilder hits a DDT there to Santana. And another tag made, the Revival trying to isolate the one man and make this a handicap match while they can, as now he's got Santana on the shoulders, and now looking for it. The rope-assisted powerbomb there connects, but I believe a tag was made. Ortiz made the tag, and now he comes in with the boot. Ortiz made the tag there, and now he's got Scott Dawson with a powerbomb. And now making a tag to Santana. Santana climbing up top. And he hits the splash. Santana and Ortiz working well together here. But Scott Dawson gets the shoulder up. As Santana and Ortiz, these two are going to make their mark in the tag division against one of the most established teams in PTW, the Revival. But now Santana leading with a cutter here. Dawson though pushes out, and now the punch, and these two now they're going back and forth, trading shots, rights and lefts, going at it here, and the spine buster from Scott Dawson, and they were caught up in the exchange in a hockey fight there, until Dawson hits that big spine buster, and now both men trying to get to their respective corners to make the tag. Who's going to get there first? Dawson trying to climb, and he tags in, and Santana tags as well, and here comes Ortiz, fired up, taking down Dash Wilder, and now picking him up, and Proud and Powerful now working together, as Santana up top, he's got him up, looking for the street sweeper to put this one away. Ortiz has him on the shoulders, but now breaking it up, and now the Shadow Machine, no, broken up again. And now Santana and Ortiz working together on Dawson, the knee, but he hits his teammates. Santana though, a cutter at the pin. He's got the pin, the two Eagle Men. And he got him. A chaotic end to that one. But Dash Wilder and Santana were the Eagle Men. And Wilder slides in with the jackknife cover to pick up the win for the Revival. What a crazy end to that one. Both teams going back and forth. But it is the Revival who secure the victory. But oh, there's the awesome Truth. The Miz and R-Truth attacking Santana and Ortiz. And they are going to be part of the Tag Team Battle Royal as well, as there's Carmella.
egging him on, and now the Revival, they want nothing to do with this. They're getting out of here. But now the Awesome Truth attacking Santana and Ortiz. But now here comes the reinforcements. SCU and Samoa Joe. And they send the Awesome Truth running out of here. Samoa Joe and SCU coming to the aid of Santana and Ortiz. And SCU, they are also going to be part of that tag team battle royal. We are seeing allegiances being drawn here tonight. We are seeing all the teams fighting and scrapping for momentum in this tag team division. Well, Charlotte Flair seems like she wants nothing to do with Bayley and Britt Baker, but they'll all be teaming up next episode. But right now, Jake Hager is in the ring, and he's got a lot to say. Mr. Hager, before you say another word, listen to what I have to say. Jake, when I first took you under my wing, I was of the belief that with my intellect and your strength, we could take over Breakdown. I believed that we, together, could right the wrongs of all the intellectually inferior. But, as I have come to learn, you are intellectually inferior. You may blame me for all of your losses and shortcomings, but you and I both know that the blame goes on you just as much. And Jake Hager laying out Damien Sandow once again. That's the problem with you, Sandow. You never know when to shut your mouth. I never needed you. I don't need you anymore. Sandow, I don't want to see your face ever again. So anybody in the back who wants a piece of Jake Hager, come and get it, because I got a lot of dead weight off my shoulders. Oh my God! Jake Hager said anyone in the back, but I don't think he had this in mind. The former World Heavyweight Champion, Cesaro, is back! We haven't seen him in months, but now Cesaro has got Hager, and he's gonna send him swinging! Cesaro is back, and he's swinging Hager around! We haven't seen Cesaro since PTW Iron Man, and he's been in concussion protocol. But now he is apparently healthy and he's back. And I can't believe it. Cesaro sending Jake Hager out of here. And good riddance there. But now what is this? It's Umaga. Umaga's out here, and we know Umaga has been looking for new opponents in his undefeated streak. But now this is an interesting stare down. Umaga face to face with the returning Cesaro. And that's a matchup I'd certainly like to see. But Cesaro is back on Breakdown. Brian, I just wanted to say thank you for agreeing to join us and fight the Heenan family at PTW Revolt. But I have to ask you, tonight I'm going up against Drew McIntyre in the main event, and I know the Heenan family is after me, and they're after blood. Look, I already talked to Keith. I just want to know if you and Keith Lee can have my back. Yeah, Cody. Don't worry about it. Drew McIntyre's the man who cost me my World Heavyweight Championship. So you can trust me, if anything goes down tonight in the main event, I'm gonna be there to have your back. Seth Rollins, I know you've got your mind in a lot of places. Cody Rhodes, for instance. But if you want any hope of retaining your World Heavyweight Championship, then you need to be 100% focused on Finn Balor. Because I am 100% focused on you. Ever since you stabbed me in the back at PTW Iron Man, or when you curb stomped me through a car windshield, I have had my eyes locked on you and that title around your waist. I have been more focused and more prepared than ever before. And Seth Rollins, if you want to keep talking bad about me behind my back, or keep attacking me from behind, be careful what you do, because you may unleash a demon within me.
Well, there's Seth Rollins! Rollins attacking Finn Balor! And these two now brawling! Well, Rollins and Balor, they're running earlier tonight, but now security's trying to pull them apart here. Rollins going after his challenger, Finn Balor. And security having to separate them. Rollins said Balor wasn't on his mind, but it's pretty clear that he is. But now champion and challenger being forced apart by security. But we gotta get back to the ring now. For our next matchup, it is Kane versus Rob Van Dam. And this matchup was made official last episode. As here comes Rob Van Dam down to the ring. He was nearly choked by Kane as Rob Van Dam was trying to conduct an interview with Headless Man, but Kane guzzled him by the throat. And so Rob Van Dam, you know he's coming in this matchup. He wants to get his hands on the Big Red Monster, and he wants a win under his belt here tonight. Van Dam, of course, a former Intercontinental Champion. We're going to get back either to that title or even to the World Heavyweight Championship. But tonight he's got a big obstacle in front of him in the form of the Big Red Monster, Kane. Kane and Rob Van Dam, of course, had their own run-in in qualifying for Ultimate X. Many thought in that four-way matchup that either Kane or Rob Van Dam would be the victor and end up qualifying. It ended up being Evan Bourne, of course. It was a bit of an upset. But now Kane and Rob Van Dam still have a score to settle between them here tonight as they go one-on-one. And again, it's a matchup of size and strength against speed and agility here. We'll see which style can emerge victorious here tonight. As this matchup now set to get underway, and Kane now immediately getting Van Dam by the throat again. But Van Dam, though, gonna fight his way out with the kicks. Now coming off the ropes as Kane hits the uppercut, though. And now the Big Red Monster has got Van Dam in the corner, and now Kane connecting with a clothesline and the sidewalk slam. Kane now in control early on in this matchup, and he does have the strength advantage. You have to imagine Kane is going to work the slower, more methodical style tonight, and he's got Van Dam up. Van Dam looks for the Irish Whip. Kane, though, sends him into the ropes, but RVD with the kick, and now Van Dam fighting back. He sweeps the legs, and it's the leg drop.
1,
Nice offense from Van Dam there. It's not enough to get the pin, but still took Kane off his feet. It's Rob Van Dam now on the attack now as he hits that basement drop kick. The former Intercontinental Champion, he's got a sticking move here tonight, and that's what he's trying to do. Be quick on his feet, as now Kane getting back up in the corner, and Rob Van Dam now could be looking for the monkey flip. Kane though is too big. Rob Van Dam trying to fight him off, but Kane with the big boot, sending Van Dam to the outside. And now Kane looking on, going to the outside now, going after Van Dam with the uppercut, and now he's cut him up, and Kane, that back suplex right on to the barricade, his back right to that corner there. That's not an easy move to take from Van Dam. His spine right on the edge of that barricade. That's Kane now sending him back into the ring. The big red monster now in control, picking up Van Dam and sending him shoulder first into that turnbuckle post. As Kane now has got Van Dam right where he wants him, and now look at this, just driving that elbow right into the jaw, right into the throat of Rob Van Dam. Now Kane throwing him out of the corner, and he comes off the ropes with the big boot. And Kane now clearly in control of this matchup. But now Kane could be looking to go up top. The big man on the top rope. As Van Dam back on his feet. But Kane off the top, nobody home. Kane comes up empty, and Van Dam with the rolling thunder and the cover. Kane kicks out. But Rob Van Dam just getting out of the way as 300 pounds came at him off the top rope. But now Van Dam has got Kane, and he's got to capitalize on this moment here as Van Dam now comes off the ropes and connects with that kick. Springboard kick from Rob Van Dam. And now Kane is down. And RVD now realizing this is the opportunity to go for it all. Van Dam going up top, looking for the 5-star frog splash. But he's caught by Kane. Kane now the choke slam. Van Dam though getting out of it off the ropes. Kane though has got him scooped up for the tombstone. Tombstone pile driver. Van Dam though into the cover. Kane kicks out. But now Kane has got him again by the throat and the choke slam. The choke slam connects.
2, 3.
And just like that, Kane picks up the win. Rob Van Dam certainly put up a fight, but Kane catching him again by the throat. Van Dam kept trying to counter, but Kane, once he eventually was able to hit that chokeslam, it was game over for RVD. But a big momentum building win for the Big Red Monster Kane as he defeats Rob Van Dam.
A storm is coming. Anarchy. Violence. New challengers. And old rivalries. When it all comes to a head, everyone will revolt. PTW Revolt, coming after episode 24.
PTW Revolt is only a few episodes away, and we've got this matchup for the PTW Women's Championship. Asuka defends her title against Charlotte Flair, and those two were brawling over on Brutality. They look to settle the score for that Women's Championship. But then the Tag Team Battle Royal, we have new Tag Team Champions in Sheamus and Rusev, and we're going to find out their new #1 contender. Every tag team can be involved. We'll see who can come out on top. But then, the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins seems like he's in over his head as he defends against Finn Balor, who says he's got demons within. But then this matchup, it's been a war that's been building and building, and it'll all conclude in Anarchy in the Arena. Team Cody against the Heenan family. Cody still looking for a fourth member. He tried to recruit this man, his brother Goldust, who stands by for an interview with Headless Man. I'm now joined by the bizarre one, Goldust. Now Goldust, last episode, Cody Rhodes asked you to join his team at PTW Revolt in Anarchy in the Arena. Now Cody Rhodes, he is your younger brother, he is family, so any reason why you didn't want to join? Do not question Goldust. Hey Goldie, why don't you stop talking there? This interview, it's done. Alright, this interview's over. Alright, you guys shut the cameras off. Well, we're trying to conduct an interview here, boys. I don't care. Shut them off. Well, the Heenan family trying to put a stop to that interview, but we gotta look forward to next episode. This 6-woman tag, Asuka, Ember Moon, and Chyna versus Charlotte, Bayley, and Britt Baker. We saw those two teams interact earlier tonight. Charlotte seemingly wants nothing to do with her teammates. But then we saw the former World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro return tonight. He's back in action next episode against Jake Hager. Also, the World Heavyweight Champion is in action. It's Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. But now, we've got our main event here tonight. The American Nightmare Cody Rhodes going one-on-one with Drew McIntyre. Now this matchup, it is one-on-one, but I would not be surprised if it gets a bit bigger than that, because the Heenan family are not happy coming into this matchup. Andrade lost the Intercontinental Championship to Keith Lee earlier tonight, and the Heenan family have declared war on Cody Rhodes. And those words from Bobby Heenan himself. Now we saw Orton, Barrett, and Andrade back there with Goldust after they told the interview to shut his cameras off and stop the interview. But Bobby Heenan's still out here with Drew McIntyre. And we know the Heenan family, they're already dangerous by themselves, but now they are motivated to hurt Cody Rhodes here tonight. But here is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And Cody has been doing his own recruiting backstage tonight. Of course, he knows after he slapped Bobby Heenan in the face that the Heenan family are going to be after him. We've seen him talking to the new Intercontinental Champion Keith Lee and Daniel Bryan, trying to make sure he's got some people behind him in case things go south here in tonight's main event. As Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre, we know these two have plenty of history between them. You'll remember all the way back when McIntyre joined the Heenan family, he did so by giving Cody Rhodes a Claymore kick right in the face. Well, now tonight they go one-on-one here in the main event. Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, this matchup gonna get underway as McIntyre getting the upper hand in his first exchange with the punches to the face. And now McIntyre chops right to the chest. And Drew McIntyre, the Scottish Warrior, now just tossing Cody Rhodes to the ground. And McIntyre now again just throwing Cody around the ring.
Drew McIntyre, Bobby Heenan told him not to pull any punches tonight. And McIntyre taking those words to heart early on in this matchup. And McIntyre now trying to dominate Cody Rhodes as he hits the belly-to-belly suplex. Drew McIntyre taking control of the American Nightmare early on. Cody Rhodes had his first match back last episode when he defeated Wade Barrett. But Drew McIntyre wants to put a stop to Cody Rhodes here tonight, as now with the punches and now bringing him in the corner. But now Cody ducking out of the way and Cody striking back. He drops down and hits that uppercut there in homage to his brother Goldust, as Cody now the atomic drop coming off the ropes, ducking the clothesline, and Cody now with a kick. And Cody hits the drop kick. Cody Rhodes battling back against the Scottish Warrior now, trying to regain momentum as McIntyre though setting him in the corner. But now Cody Rhodes flipping out of it, and he hits that scoop slam. The cover. McIntyre kicks out. But you saw the agility from Cody there, able to get himself out of the corner and hit that scoop slam. But now Cody going after McIntyre again and trying to pick him up here for another slam, but it's not working. McIntyre throwing him to the ring apron. A bit overzealous there maybe by Cody Rhodes. But now McIntyre's got him. He's got the arm hook, looking for the suplex. He has him up. Can't get it fully. Now he's trying again. But again he can't hit it. And Cody pulling him onto the apron now. But McIntyre now with a punch. And now he's got Cody, but Cody fighting back with a kick. And now he's got him, but McIntyre into the turnbuckle and the boot sends Cody to the outside. Drew McIntyre knocking Cody off the ring apron there. And Bobby Heenan looking on as McIntyre now has got him, and Heenan getting right in the face of Cody Rhodes, and he slaps him in the face. A bit of revenge as now McIntyre sending him into the steel steps. The referees, I guess, being a bit lenient here tonight as Heenan getting revenge for when Cody slapped him earlier tonight. But now McIntyre retaking control of this matchup. And now back in the ring, waiting for Cody Rhodes to get up. McIntyre now has got him. He's got the arms hooked for the future shock. Cody though picks the leg, and Cody now locking in the figure four. Figure four locked in center of the ring, and McIntyre is feeling it on those long legs of his. Cody Rhodes has the figure four locked in, and McIntyre, you see him in pain, trying to fight his way to the ropes. Can he get there? He just manages. And McIntyre, you see the relief on his face after he got out of that figure four. But Cody Rhodes now is trying to wear down McIntyre here tonight, as McIntyre trying to get back on his feet. But now here comes Cody off the ropes with the disaster kick. Caught him out there. A big disaster kick from Cody, as McIntyre now trying to recover by the ropes. But now, what is this? There's Orton Andrade. And oh my God, Wade Barrett dragging out Goldust. He looks completely unconscious. Goldust has been taken out by the Heenan family. And Cody Rhodes now sees it. The Heenan family came into Goldust's interview, told him to shut the cameras off. Well, it's obvious what they did to him once those cameras were turned off. Cody Rhodes now sees his brother attacked by the Heenan family. And Goldust may not have wanted to join Cody's team, but now here's the reinforcements. Daniel Bryan and Keith Lee coming out to fend off the Heenan family.
Bryan and Lee out here trying to even the odds here tonight. But now they're going into the back. Bryan, Lee, Orton, Andrade, Barrett, all into the backstage area. But now back in the ring, McIntyre, the Glasgow Kiss, and the Future Shock DDT. The cover from McIntyre. Cody kicks out. But the Heenan family have laid out Goldust. And even though Goldust didn't want to be on Cody's team, that's still his brother. And Cody Rhodes, obviously he's going to be feeling pretty torn up. But now he's got to focus on Drew McIntyre, who is looking for the Claymore kick. Cody, though, takes the leg. The bad leg of McIntyre that was in the figure 4. But now Cody, the Cody Cutter. Cody Cutter from Cody Rhodes. But now Cody has got McIntyre looking for the crossroads here. He's got him. McIntyre, though, throwing him off. But now McIntyre right back on the attack. Hitting Cody Rhodes in the corner, and now McIntyre bringing him up top. He's got him up here. Cody, though, trying to fight out of it here. McIntyre, though, look at this. The belly-to-belly throw from the trio woe position. And that's just the strength of McIntyre on display. As Cody Rhodes sent flying. And now McIntyre has got Cody Rhodes where he wants him. Cody's down. But McIntyre now, what's he doing? He's looking to the stage where Goldust is still out. He's just beginning to come to. But now McIntyre going after Goldust. And now he's taunting Cody Rhodes. Taunting Cody Rhodes as he's got his brother right there. But now Cody's going after him. Cody going after Drew McIntyre. Defending his brother. But now these two brawling into the ring now. That's Cody now fighting with the punches. And Cody now coming off the top with a cutter. With nobody home. And the Claymore from McIntyre. And the pin.
2, 3.
And Drew McIntyre defeats Cody Rhodes. Well, McIntyre went to the outside to go after Goldust. All of that was to goad Cody Rhodes into doing something he'd regret. And then McIntyre able to capitalize with the Claymore to win this match. Well, Drew McIntyre a big win, but I don't think he's done here. And Bobby Heenan saying the same thing. They're not done with Cody Rhodes. The Heenan family have declared war, and they want to end it here tonight. McIntyre bringing Cody over to those steel steps. The same ones that injured him, took him out for months. McIntyre now bringing Cody Rhodes to the steps now. Well, there's Goldust. Goldust off the stage. Taking out McIntyre. Now it's Goldust coming to the aid of his brother. McIntyre was gonna try to take Cody Rhodes out of action again, but Goldust puts a stop to it. And Goldust, he may not remember that he's Dustin Rhodes, but he is still defending Cody Rhodes tonight. And now the two brothers face to face. And they hug. They embrace. Cody Rhodes and Goldust embracing in the center of the ring. Bobby Heenan looking on. The Heenan family tried to put a stop to Cody Rhodes here tonight. They tried to end him and his brother. But in the end, they may have just brought the two brothers back together.